I travel all across the Austin Metro to find overlooked builders and underrated communities so that I can show you options that you may not even be considering right now. Today we're going south to Kyle to take a look at Perry Homes in the Six Creeks Master Plan community. Kyle sits right on Interstate 35, directly south of the city of Austin. It's about 25 miles from downtown, which is about the same distance south as Leander is north. There's a lot of retail and commercial development all along the interstate, but by far the west side is much further along. Also on the west side is the historic downtown area. This park and gazebo is new and provides an old-time hometown feel. And don't forget about the famous Texas Pie Company. Don't tell my friends in Hutto, but I think Kyle has the better pies. Kyle has been one of the fastest growing cities in the United States for the last several years and was even named one of the 4 best up-and-coming small towns by HGTV. Now, with all the positive things going on in Kyle, you would expect there to be a lot of new houses to choose from, and there are. There are a number of communities on the east side of 35, including Prairie Lakes by D.R. Horton. On the west side, there is that massive Plum Creek development featuring homes by Lennar. But the one I want to show you is Six Creeks, which is also on the west side of the interstate, just outside the historic downtown area. And it has some of the biggest lots and nicest homes in the entire area. They broke ground in Six Creeks in 2019, and at build-out they're going to have over 2,000 homes. Lots range anywhere from 40 to 80 feet for the larger floor plans. Even though these are good-sized lots, most will be below 1/4 of an acre, which means it will be easier to maintain the yard. Residents have access to a community pool and a pavilion, fishing pond, and trails. Some of the newer phases will be built in this wooded area. Most of those trees will be cut down to make room for the houses, but some of them will stay, which means you'll have a brand new home in a community that's going to look more established because of these mature trees. There are a number of builders in Six Creeks, but today we're going to spotlight Perry Homes. They are a Texas builder. They started in Houston in 1967. They have several communities across the Austin Metro, and their prices fall in the mid-range, which means most of the homes are going to fall between $500,000 and $900,000. Six Creeks is an exception because they have floor plans starting in the low $400,000 range. Now, I call Perry underrated because everybody who builds a house in the Austin Metro has something in this price range. But when you compare what those other builders offer versus a Perry home, I think you will agree that a Perry home feels like you're getting a lot more for the same amount of money. Check out the open space in this model home. This house is 2,900 square feet. But standing in the middle of all this open space makes it feel like the house is so much bigger, especially with that flex space and that dining area. Now, if you're not impressed by that, take a look at this backyard. Those are full-height sliding glass doors, and things like this make a Perry home feel a lot more expensive than it actually is. 2 design components you're going to see in every Perry home are huge ceilings in the entranceway and soaking tubs featured in the main bathroom. This one has a walk-in shower directly behind that tub. And there are a lot of subtle things you'll see in a Perry home that make it feel more luxurious. Check this out. How many builders have you seen install countertops that are that thick? They offer a number of 1- and 2-story floor plans, but overall their designs are going to fall into one of 2 major categories. I call this a more traditional design, but notice what they do up there around those eaves. Those lines give this house a much more contemporary feel. The other main design category is this Tuscan-inspired one. Notice the eaves on this one are horizontal, which gives this house a whole different look. The lot sizes are 45, 50, and 60 feet, and the size of the lot will somewhat depend on the size of the house you're interested in. This one is on a 45-foot lot, and that house is a little over 2,000 square feet. For comparison, this one is about the same size, but has that Tuscan-inspired exterior. And some of these houses on the 45-foot lots are going to be priced in the low 400s. But when you move up to the 60-foot lot, the houses get bigger and the prices go up. This house is 3,300 square feet. And here's another one about that same size, but with that Tuscan exterior. Now, you could go into the sales office, pick out your floor plan and all your upgrades and customize the house to your specific tastes. Of course, if you do that, the pricing is going to be pretty much set. Now, you could hire someone like me who's been through this a few times, and I know how to ask the right questions and get all of the incentives. The alternative to building your own is to buy an inventory home. Perry will make all the design and upgrade choices, and even though you won't be directly involved in the process, they are pretty good at what they do. They don't build thousands of houses before they have a buyer, but they do have several to choose from in various stages of construction. The way it works is that as an inventory home gets closer to completion, the more willing they become to discount it. So if they've got something in inventory that you like, and you're ready to close fairly quickly, you could wind up saving thousands of dollars off the list price in addition to all the other incentives they're currently offering. If Six Creeks sounds interesting and you'd like to learn more about Kyle, you might want to check out this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. That way you'll get a notification every time I post a new video.